Artzooka!
Hey, I'm Jeremie. Let's Artzooka. Okay, a jar is just a jar, unless we Artzooka it. I think this jar could be a whole lot more fun with an Artzooka lid. To make my lid, I'm going to use a piece of cardboard from a box of crackers that I cut in the shape of a circle, just like that. And now I just want to trace the lid on top of that and cut it out. With my pencil, I'll just trace the lid in one big circle. Now that I have my circle traced, I can take my cardboard and fit it over the jar. To make this a little bit easier, I'll use my scissors and make just a few little cuts along the edge. By doing that, it makes it easier to fold the cardboard all the way around the jar. Now, once I've made those cuts all around the cardboard and folded it down, I can tape it into place. And when it's taped, it'll look like this one I made earlier. This one fits perfectly over the jar. Now, you may not believe this, but I'm going to turn this lid into a cat's face. Check this out. I cut out a piece of cardboard to look like this. And I thought that would make a great shape for a cat's face. First, I made some eyes. Now, these eyes are just pieces of paper that I cut out into cat-shaped eyes. And then with marker, I drew in the eyes. Here's a little tip. Cover the eyes with some clear tape, and it'll give those eyes a nice shine so they look a little bit more real. I've also made some fancy cat cheeks out of craft foam balls. And those can go right there. Now my cat's missing one last thing, the nose. And for the nose, I took a little piece of egg carton, cut it out, and it goes right between the cat's cheeks. Now what I want to do is tape all of that together, and when I'm done, it'll look like this one that I did earlier. And check this out. I'm ready to tape it to my lid. I'll put some on the back like that, and then I can tape it right on, just like that. Now I need some ears for my cat, and for that, I'll take a little bit of newspaper and fold it up like this. There's no right or wrong way for this. It's however you think a cat's ear would look. I think an ear would go right about here. I can tape it right onto the cat's head. There we go. Now more newspaper crumpled up into a ball will fit inside the folded newspaper. Now here's another ear I did earlier. Again, I'll just tape it into place. And once that's taped into place, I want to cover the whole thing with more tape to make it more strong. I need to be careful not to cover up the eyes with tape though. Otherwise, our cat won't be able to see. But everywhere else can be covered. When it's all taped up, it'll look like this. How about we paint the ears and nose with a bit of pink? You can make your ears pink, or purple, or striped, polka dotted. Be creative. Paint them any way you want. And now for the nose. Okay, it's starting to look more like a cat. Now I'd like this cat to look a little bit more mangy, so I'll add a special art supply. Dryer lint. Now this is just bits of fabric from your clothes that come off in the dryer. Most people just throw it away, but it will make great fur. Now to add the dryer lint to my cat's head, I'll take glue and a nice soft brush and paint the glue right onto my kitty. Once the glue is in place, I can take dryer lint and just press it right in. And look at that. The dryer lint sticks right to the glue. It gives it a nice mangy fur look. This gets sticky and messy, and that's half the fun. Once I've covered the whole thing in dryer lint, I can put a little bit more glue over top, and that'll give it a really nice finish. And then it'll look like this one that I did earlier. Put little whiskers here with twist ties on the cheeks, and I used darker dry lint for this area here, and some lighter lint for this area here. This is the great part. You can fill your jar with anything. I filled this jar with some of my cat's favorite toys. I made another one earlier. Check him out. Oh no, he ate cars. No wonder he's got a stomach ache. A cat lid and a monster jar. How will you Artzooka your jar? Want to Artzooka your own jar lid? Start by creating a lid out of cardboard. Trace a circle around the top of the lid, then trim the edges. It makes it easier to fold the lid down and tape it together. I cut my cat face shape out of more cardboard. Then I drew some cat eyes with markers and covered them in clear tape to make them shine. Craft foam balls cut in half make great cat cheeks. And a piece of egg carton becomes a cat nose. To make the ears, I used newspaper and taped it together. Then I added more tape to the whole face to make it strong and easier to paint. To make your cat look really furry, you can add dryer lint. I stuck it on with white glue. Once it's dry, you can add treasures to your jar. I filled this jar with some of my cat's favorite toys. It's fun to Artzooka jars. If you missed any of this, don't worry. It's all at artzooka.com.
Art?
Today we're gonna make a cartoon flip book. Flip books are super fun. You just need a notebook, your imagination, and your thumb. I'm gonna use my little paper bag character and make an animation. I've got a notebook here which is really helpful when you're making a flip book. Now you can make a flip book out of any paper, but it's much easier to flip paper that's nice and thick like this stuff. I've made my little paper bag character drawn on here, and what I'm gonna do is add a face. So I'll start off with the eyes really, really wide open. I'll put one eye right here. And I'll give it a couple of little eyebrows and some eyelashes. And then one little mouth. And a nice smile. Okay, so now that I have that face, I can make another one on this paper bag. This time, I'll make the eyes closed. And the eyebrows. And again, a nice little smile. Now check this out. When I flip between the two, see? It looks like blinking. Then on the next one, I'm gonna make just a little change and draw the eyes just a little bit less open. And remember, when you're making a flipbook animation, it's all about really tiny changes. And our imagination fills in the rest. I did the same thing on the rest of these pages, and watch. Isn't that cool? It looks like her eyes are opening and closing. You can do this with any drawing. All you have to do is make very small changes to your drawing in each picture. This is how animation works. The pictures are changing just a little bit, but when they move quickly, like when I flip them, it looks like they're moving. You can make all kinds of flipbooks like this. Here's another one I did earlier. In this one, I made a lot more drawings, but I made them just the same way. Each picture changes just a little bit. I thought of the story first and then decided what I was going to draw. And that can be helpful. And look, you can flip it both ways. Forwards. And backwards. Flipbooks are super fun. Did you miss some of that? Start off with a notepad, then make a drawing. I like to start off with something simple, then flip the page and change the drawing a little. Flip and make another change. On each page, do the same thing, a little change. When you flip the pages quickly, it looks like your drawings are moving. For more ideas of fun things to make and do, check out artzooka.com. And now, time for an Artzooka safety message. Remember, when working with flipbooks, try not to get blown away.
Hi, Jeremy. My name is Micah, and I challenge you to Artzooka something from things in the bathroom.
Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see what I can Artzooka. Washcloth, bandages, bath salts. There we go. It's an octopus! And it's all in how you look at it.
Art? Artzooka!
This is a house, but you know, this house is kind of flat. Let's make it a little more interesting. When you shine light on something, like my lamp Ray here is doing to Artie, it makes shadows. Check out his shadow. Let's draw some shadows and make a picture pop. The first thing that I'm gonna do is give my house some shape. With lines here, here, and here, and some lines going this way, I've turned my house 3D. Now it looks really great. Now with another line here, I've made it look like my house is actually sitting on the ground. Now let's add the sun. So the sun is right up in the corner. Now if the sun is up here and it's shining light this way, this side of the house will be nice and bright, but over here it will be dark. So with some charcoal, I just darken it up. And now it really looks like the sun is shining. Another thing I can do to make it look even better is add the shadow. The sun is up here, the shadow will be going this way. Now let's do the same thing, but to a tree. So I'll add the tree here. Nice big tree right in front of the house. Now with the sun up here, this side of the tree is going to get lots of light, but this side won't. So I darken it here. And then add my shadow. And the picture looks more and more realistic. One added touch, we can draw some lines even darker right here. So there you go, I've taken my flat house and made it 3D, added some shading and shadows, and now it looks like a real house and a real tree on a bright sunny day. There are lots of great ideas like this at artzooka.com.
Challenge.
For my Artzooka Recycle Challenge, I challenged myself to make something out of a glue bottle, some straws, and a key ring. I put them in a movie starring Paper Bag. Come on and see what I made. I also put something else in my movie, this ruler. And see if you can spot it. Now sit back and enjoy Cinema Artzooka. Here's the glue bottle. And here are the straws. Here's the key tag. Can you guess what it is? Yep, it's a racing car. Now let's watch the movie. Did you like the movie? I made a racing car out of a glue bottle, some straws, and a keyring. Hey, did you spot the ruler? Take another look at how I used it. I challenge you to make something out of a glue bottle, some straws, and a key tag. And when you do, take a picture and email it to me at the Artzooka website, artzooka.com. What will you Artzooka today?